Tuesday?
I know, it doesn't feel like it.
I don't know why, but it feels like we've been working longer than...
Yep.
Almost like the weekend didn't count.
No, the weekend was spent recovering.
Yeah, interesting. It's 2 p.m. And we're on that same boring road as we were on yesterday. In fact, exactly the same section of boring road.
I'm trying to fire you.
Yeah. It is beautiful with the fall colors.
I swear they're more vibrant today with the sun and the rain. There's
So-
just,
Yeah, with the sun kind of shining on the... Yeah, it's quite beautiful. Beaverdale is behind us. We're approaching the Kelowna Rock Creek Summit. Brake check here shortly, but it's so beautiful outside and we're only like 46 minutes away from the customer. I'm like, better hit record. We're not going to get unloaded today, but I'm hoping we get there early enough that I can park in the construction site in the fenced off area and then just sleep at the customer. I can untarp tonight and then tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. they're ready to unload me. Unless they're waiting for a crane and then however long it takes to unload me. So yeah, deliver Kelowna first thing tomorrow morning. Head up to Winfield to grab a load there of, I think, dunnage for the stickers. They call them stickers. The sticks, thin little sticks they put between layers of lumber when they dry. That or dunnage.
your description just says lumber yard.
It says lumber. You can clear your throat. You're allowed.
I don't like clear my throat. Not on camera. So I don't know what you're picking up.
That's all they make at that. It's Winfield Wooden Lathe, right?
I don't know. You looked
Assuming
at
that's where I'm going.
I mean, like, you looked at it.
I didn't look at it.
You did look at it, though.
I didn't look what the place I was. I just read Winfield and moved on. And then I looked where the delivery was, and that was in Castlegar.
But there is other places you can pick up there or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Most likely it's Winfield Wooden Lathe.
After that, we don't know.
Deliver that to Castlegar, and then yeah, I asked KMT, and they do not have anything going anywhere far distances. So.
Did you ask him if he's expecting you again this week?
No, I didn't ask that. Yeah, I should have asked him if he's expecting me on Thursday morning. Because, yeah, we'll be back in the Kootenays. Tomorrow at this time.
It's kind of how our week is.
Yep, just run Highway 33 and 3 back and forth between Kelowna and Castlegar.
I'm not minding this. There's fall colors. You say it's boring, but it's beautiful right now.
A whole bunch of cars just showed up, I think 3 of them. You're gonna go? You're just gonna hang out there? It's too late now, don't go now. The other car's like, okay, I'm gonna go now, even though it's too late to go now. Oh, okay, good, you're gonna bail out? Not gonna go? Good decision. Good decision.
We saw a jack wagon today.
Yeah, that was recorded on Sleep with the Truckers, so that'll come up in a week or 2 from now.
Yeah.
Hang tight, dude. It's okay. There's a passing load. There's a slow vehicle pullout just up ahead. a slow vehicle pull out at this rate. There's only one car left behind us. Well, at least at the pullout, I could probably not. Probably don't have to slow down a lot. I could probably just go through it at speed.
Did see a rolled over vehicle in the ditch.
We did see a rolled over vehicle in the ditch today. Tow truck and cops were on site, but yesterday is the first day in a long time we didn't. Hey, I didn't have to slow down, so there was that. Looks like we just missed a good rainstorm with the amount of water on the road here.
Yeah. We've had a lot of rain. Like it rained a little bit yesterday.
It's been on and off today, yeah.
And then overnight it rained quite a bit.
Yeah, had a tarpon rain, load and tarpon rain. Jacket and gloves, everything was just soaked through. Here's that detour to Penticton, 201.
There's not a truck there. No truck there.
No, there's nobody to
Oh, look at that.
give people advice.
That wall with the clouds, blue sky, and the storm.
Like, look at that. I'm like, look at what? What am I looking at? What? Where? Car? No cars? No. Okay. Go with the clouds. Got it. Beautiful blue sky and then dark clouds.
Yeah. Oh my god, I didn't even see that blue sky. It's definitely beautiful fall weather though. Makes you want to curl up with a book and tea or, you know, cozy feel.
Yeah, it's the type of weather it starts getting cool off. You're going to want to huddle up next to a fireplace type of weather.
Yep.
So we got 2 brake checks up ahead. The shape of the clouds are pretty unique. I think we're not going to get to drive through a lot of the rain, which is kind of too bad. I was looking forward to driving through some more. We need a lot more rain. Wow. To fight the forest fires, we need more rain. We don't need a lot more rain for the landslides.
Well, you don't need it all at once. Maybe do a little
Rock
bit of-
Creek Summit. Brake check. Definitely looks like there are some stormy clouds way on the horizon there.
Very unique.
Will we be lucky enough to have to drive through them? Blows through the brake check at full speed.
It's like, why even pull?
Unbelievable. Why even bother pulling into the brake check? Great brake checks over there. Just absolutely fabulous full speed right through. Hope he's got a radio.
What was even the point?
What's the point of even pulling in? It would be less dangerous just staying on the highway.
Yeah. Like you're GPSing tracking and you go in that little pull out. Like, it's not counting.
Well, he's going to be famous on YouTube. I'm going to send him to Drivers of the Great North.
I do look at your dispatch. You are going where you think you're going.
Ah, yeah. Sending that clip in. See if he's on the radio. Well, driver, I hope you hide your license plate because I had 4 cameras on you. Make some beautiful YouTube videos there. Check out Drivers of the Great North. It'll be fun to watch you on there. See if he responds to that.
Which one did you go by? Walker Hill?
Creek.
The Rock Creek Summit, full speed right through the brake check. Didn't even stay on the road. Full speed through the brake check.
That tanker truck?
Affirmative.
It's kind of scary when you go, yeah, he's a tanker truck.
He's empty.
My golfer.
Yeah, the empty tanker truck. He has his axles lifted.
But if he behaves this way empty, what else is he doing, right? Like,
Yeah. What you can do is go on the radio, go, hey, wide load up ahead. You think you could quickly let me do my brake check and then let me go ahead? I'm empty. And I'd get on the radio and go, no problem.
yeah.
It's okay.
Probably really had the crap. There's no toilet at that one.
I guess no bucket in the truck. I don't know, it just makes the whole trucking industry look so bad when you have a jack wagon do that. Because I've done that at brake checks. I've gone, I'm really light coming down the mountain. Hey, fully loaded Super B. Could you just give me a quick brake check here? Just check all my tires and stuff, and I'll hammer down by you. And they're always like super polite. Always they let you stuck. They'll hold on and let you go. Because I know, like, I'm gonna be stuck behind you really slow the whole way down, and I really don't want to. But let's be honest, he's not that far ahead of me. If he had actually done a real brake check, he would not have caught up with me by the bottom of the hill.
The speed he was going, this part of the highway always is closed for people crashing.
Yep.
I'm like, why do you want to be the person that does that? Like I say, bad name for the dirt street.
4K glory.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt his pocketbook, but, you know. Really see the Burnt Mountain.
Yeah, that mountain's just brown. Yeah, it really stands out now. Was that fire last year? That was last year.
I think.
Yeah.
I can't. There's so many of them. Can't keep them straight.
Yeah, that was
anymore.
last year. Joe Rich fire was last year.
I know by Castle Government through a down tree. I'm like, that's where a fire was too. Well, this type of weather, all the trees are moving. I didn't sleep the best last night.
Did not? Really?
Really?
Oh, till that's 2:19 now, and now you finally tell me that you didn't sleep well last night? I slept really well last night. Guess I'm not going fast enough for you either, but yeah, did it in a safe manner. I'm not gonna chastise you. You're okay. You're speeding, but you're okay. You didn't. You know, I don't really care what speed cars go, as long as they do it in a safe manner.
My old tractor's for sale.
It's painted blue, but was it an old Ford?
I can't tell. I drove past it so quickly.
Was that Mr. Joe Rich? Who was it that told me who Joe Rich is? Joe Rich was one of the early settlers over here. Well, not really settler, but Joe Rich was a early trapper and gold prospector. So traded furs and gold. Must have done well enough to get a whole area named after him. Must have found some gold and must have found some fur. I guess trapper would imply more than just fur. You could also sell the meat and stuff as well. sure what they would have trapped here. Would have been elk and bear. Elk don't come this way much nowadays, but were there a bunch of elk back here then?
I'm not sure.
Or was it more beavers? Workers ahead.
They're probably working on the lines again.
Oh yeah, right. They're working on the power line. Yeah. Working off to the side of the road there. Don't think they're on the road today. Yesterday they definitely were.
It must be some kind of big upgrade.
Yeah, because they're working on power lines everywhere, and you see signs warning people that next month there was new power outages on a certain day, and definitely some power upgrades. Getting a little bit of drizzle here. Wouldn't mind more of a drizzle. Especially since I don't have to untarp right away. I can untarp later on when the rain stops.
You might want to double check if the rain's ever going to stop.
Yeah. Gotta do the math and go, where's the window I want to untarp in? And don't worry, the load can get wet. The only reason we tarp it is to keep the lumber wrap on the lumber. On the glue lamp. And when I get to the customer, what I'll do is I will just stop on the roadway, four-way flashers on, jog in, and see if I'm allowed to pull in and sleep there overnight. If not, we'll head to the Petro Pass and sleep there. But
It'll be early enough to get a spot there.
yeah, we'll be early enough to have a spot. Yeah. it's always, Petropass is one of those, it's like, if you don't get there by 5, the chances of getting a spot are unlikely, but we're early.
So beautiful.
Gorgeous. This is our hairpin here on Highway 33. This corner gets closed quite often as well because of accidents. Oh, I did figure out how to do stereo mics, even though we're not recording directly through the camera. So
I think you figured it out, but I figured it out.
we figured it out together.
Okay.
You said the keywords, and you go, no, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, no, that makes all the sense in the world. Whatever. She goes, I don't think this was what we mean. It's like, no, I think you have it. Let me just remember those keywords, screenshot whatever you have there, because I want to try that on the program. And sure enough, it worked. So
I know how to Google things.
Layer Cake Mountain. The mountain directly in front of us is called Layer Cake Mountain. I don't know if you can see all the layers of the Earth crust on there. It's kind of a bad angle of it, but if you guys Google Layer Cake Mountain, see how unique of a feature that is.
Hey, I don't get to say this very often. I feel like cake, and I do have some.
You do have some cake. I encourage you to eat some.
Well, definitely will when we stop. It's not one of the things you can easily eat while driving.
There's our next brake check. Hey, that's Craig. Want to do the brake check thing? Tanker stop. Actually stopped and did a brake check here. All right, let's get down into the customer's place. Hopefully they are good with us. See any cars coming down? Hammer down.
Just reading some,
There's a car coming,
just reading news articles while you're doing your brake check.
but yep.
So on the island, 2 years ago, a 16-year-old got struck and killed while in a crosswalk. And there's an older person driving. Their sentencing or whatever is pay $2,000 and don't drive for 6 months.
For running someone over. That seems like not enough justice.
No. I'm like, is that all life is worth? Like, yeah,
So
I get that.
$2,000 and no drivers for 6 months.
Yeah.
That's how much a life is worth.
Yeah. I'm like, I get this is an old person. You might want to be nice to the old person. They can't pay or go to jail for long, but nah, that doesn't fly with me.
I guess you have to also look at this person's record. If it was squeaky clean and this is the first mistake they've ever made, maybe there's something there. There's part of the story there, but it doesn't pass the sniff test.
No. Is it plane?
There is a plane coming into Kelowna landing. Kelowna Airport.
I'm like, yeah, kids are getting out of school.
Oh yeah, school buses, so yeah.
And all the vehicles that are parked there. Like
Oh
crazy.
yeah, all the parents picking up their kid.
Yeah.
Just let the kid take the school bus. Maybe it's kids that walk to school, and now that it's raining, the parents are coming to pick them up. I never like when all my school, I never remember so many parents coming to pick up the kids. The kids all either walked home or took a school bus. There was none of this pickup stuff. That's not something that happened in our school.
If I remember any, it was, I mean, less than 2 dozen. It wasn't anything like I see over here. It was,
And if parents did come pick up kids, it was usually a one-offs, right? One's here every now and then here.
yeah. It was usually you just walk or take school bus.
Kind of dangerous running across the road, just in case I don't stop, but
Another thing that's a little bit different.
it's like, run! I want to go that way. Kids are fun. You kids are funny. Kid in the blue hat seemed so disappointed his buddy didn't go for the run. And the kid's like, we're going this way though. No fist bump though.
No. See, the other thing that's a little bit different is schools up here versus where I grew up. You could usually drive in high school. So most of the school parking, there's huge parking lots just for driving for kids.
Yeah.
Versus here, you don't drive to school.
High school, we had a big student parking area.
But most of the schools up here don't.
When we come in there, I'm gonna jump out and take a walk. Can you find your safety vest and do the same thing again? Stop traffic so I can back across the road. Just dig out your vest. Do exactly the same thing you did yesterday morning. That worked pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Why do you seem so hesitant to do that? You want me to back into traffic instead?
Is it wrong of me to admit that it seems kind of fun? But no, don't do that.
That is wrong of you to admit that seems like fun. Yes, that definitely is wrong of you to admit that.
It's because I'm tired and don't feel well. That's why I'm hesitant. But I'll do. What did you do? The spicy? Yeah, they call you spicy. I'm a little spicy.
You are a little spicy.
Yeah.
a little bit mean.
No, spicy.
Cops are sitting by Duck Lake getting northbound for speed.
So, just don't speed.
If I didn't feel like I wanted to sleep and use the washroom, then I would less hesitant.
Yeah, I saw that there in the south end of Duck Lake and there one northbound.
Yeah, I was a little nervous with this load going through the scale today. I'm like, I am so close to max height. I measured myself and I'm like 2 centimeters short of max height. Stopped and measured myself again and I'm like a centimeter over max height. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of parked on uneven ground. I'm gonna trust that I'm not actually over height. Went through the scale and I'm like, okay, didn't get called in. Whew. Don't be over height, don't be over height, don't be over height. It's one of those really close. Yeah, I asked the forklift driver, I just go, hey, to the forklift driver, I'm like, hey, you're not going to mention the height of this load? He goes, I was hoping that you wouldn't pull out your measuring tape. It's like, let's go measure it. We measured it, and he goes, I had no doubts. We know what we're doing. So he just goes, what, 2 inches of space? I'm like, no, like 2 centimeters. That's a lot less than 2 inches. And some people might go, well, you got the permit to be over width, over height, over length. I got that general permit. But you're not allowed to do that if it's a reducible load. So putting a top panel, you can easily move that top panel to a different load, onto the next truck. So if you can do that, if it's not one big piece, you legally have to. You're not legally allowed to go over width unless it's one piece. If you put 2 pieces side by side, I guess there are some caveats to that. You're allowed a couple inches or whatever for like glue lam. I guess that would be millimeters. And for bales, there's also not glue lam, bales and veneer. Veneer has some. There's a couple of situations where you are allowed to, but it's barely over width. At least in BC. In Washington, you are not allowed to chip veneer over width. So the loads look very different in Washington for the same product. Or strollers. Yeah, it might be a food bank. Let's see if we can read a name on it. Or it might be an overnight shelter, and they can show up at 3 p.m. or something like that. And first come, first serve, so everybody lines up already. I'm not sure.
Business is called. I wonder if it's. I don't know. Like the name of the building doesn't match the reviews and stuff of what I think people would be doing there.
left lane here. I guess I just signal and see if someone makes a hole for me.
Police are using the radar gun just north of the airport as a pullout.
From what I can read, it's something to do with income and disability assistance services to the building.
Okay.
So maybe it's something that opens at 3 o'clock.
Could be, yeah. Some kind of social assistant program.
Absolutely crazy that they want to tear that building down.
Okay, little white car. Unbelievable. Might as well, if we have the space, go into this lane now. Normally I would say, why didn't you just stay in this lane while you made that corner? But there were two turning lanes, and I was forced to go to the center lane. Okay, you were talking about you can't believe they're going to tear down the old Costco building.
Yeah. I'm like, what's so structurally wrong about it that you can't?
They must have had an engineer go through it, basically do the math on how much it's going to cost to rebuild it for the new strip mall or whatever you were going to make out of it.
They let Canadian Tires move in.
Canadian Tire's going to move in there, right? Basically, how much money is going to cost to rebuild it into a new Canadian Tire versus how much is it going to cost to tear it down and build a brand new Canadian Tire? Not just today's cost, but in 10 years from now cost. And then what's going to happen to the old Canadian Tire building?
I can't think of another business that would want to move in. It's kind of weird. There's a lot of empty buildings though, like this one's empty,
Yep.
that one's empty, like
A lot of big buildings that are empty, yeah.
I say you need somebody that comes in and has an absolutely great idea of how to make them teeny little apartments for homeless or something.
Yeah. Take
Or
abandoned
low
buildings
income.
like that. Except it's commercial space and you have to convert it to residential. Legal liability.
But you could do it.
You could do it.
If the city wanted it, you
If there's no will to do it, but if there was will to do it, it could be done.
kind of like I say about most
Micro hotels.
I say about a lot of the malls nowadays. We've overbuilt so many buildings and malls that
Yeah.
they're all empty.
Just like big cities with all their skyscrapers of office space. There's no need for that office space when people can work from home.
And we were talking about it the other day where we've gone back to food being delivered and
Just waiting for the light. It's quite a short advance screen. All right. Third light it is. people in the middle of the road. What are you guys doing there?
I'm gonna guess that they live over there and they just want to go to the mall, but they don't think of a crosswalk.
Yeah, if a crosswalk's that close and it's busy traffic, like I'll jaywalk when it's a time of day where there's hardly any traffic. But during a busy day like this, I'll always walk to the crosswalk.
I think you know me well enough. I am a crosswalk person.
Yeah, you're not a jaywalker.
No.
I'll jaywalk when the roads are empty. All right, I'm gonna jump out and see.
They're all right there.
That's nice of you.
This one might be a little bit more tricky.
And he goes, if you get it on tarp soon enough, I might unload a panel or two. Just get me back up part way. Okay, I'll wait for All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. You guys absolutely rock. She's like, I'll just walk in behind you without a helmet on. I'm like, yep, works for me. See you guys tomorrow. You have to say adios.
Adios.